Good morning. Today we are going to talk about use your new technology skills to facilitate rebuild students in person ensemble skills. The team is conformed by Jasmine Castillo, Daniela Rangel, and me, Tzitziki Jeronimo. Ensemble courses across the country have been severely disrupted since March 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In response to this emergency, Ensemble's teachers stepped up the continued teaching band, orchestra, jazz ensemble, and chorus using a variety of technology and essentially reworking ensemble's introduction almost entirely. For those places in the country that have remained virtual or hybrid, ensemble arguably not been able to function normally out of necessary teachers embraced technology and reworked methods to be able to continue Ensemble's introduction for 3 students. As we start the current school year, in-person introduction is back across the education league, although still with the continued shadows of COVID-19 hanging over us. While most things to a computer, Zoom and virtual concerts have created some understandable gigs. We also developed, used, and perfected a brand new technology skill set. I do not recommend it throwing this away. This year's present new and instructional changes. We need to use everything we have in our educational arsenal to address these changes. This newly acquired tool can help us be more efficient and effective behind the context out of traditional methods and also bring our work into a 21st century paradigm.
New challenge this coming year pose some of the most unique challenge to ensemble teaching we have ever faced, while still in the grips of our web pandemic and the stressor and mitigations it imposes on teaching. Students are entering psychical classrooms, some for the very first time. Many teachers will find themselves with ostensibly two sets of beginners. Students who were engaging in a virtual only setting have developed habits, bad and good, that will not align with in-person learning and need to be brought into the fold or retaught. Will their learning loss? It doesn't around in the media frequently, unless the student did not do anything over the course of the last 2 years. More than anything, they will be out of practice and possibly a little out of shape musical. Moreover, the experiences they will have had spending time in rehearsal and performance over the last 2 years are missing. Togger will not lost. Students will need remediations into how to perform in an ensemble again and to rebuild the ensemble performance skill they need to make the ensemble work will doubting this challenge can be met by using the traditional in-person ensemble teaching tools. We have been yearning to use this however is a heavy belief in using technology especially the technology we have been using recently will is this life.
Technology thanks teams, the compulsions to go back to pre-pandemic methods is reasonable. I will never again take for granted the ability to sit down together with other people and perform music. I have longed for the accelerations and performing that perfect phrases with my students or the anticipations of readings a new piece of music with one of my ensembles virtual performed and some do not provide the same experience and the other technology surrounding these methods seem to distract from and return to normality. However, during virtual hybrid sessions, we use technology to assess and build skills that in the course of a normal year we would not typically have been able to address. For example, music theory expands sheet writing skills, music productions, etc. by using technology in a similar way to rebuild ensemble skill note. We build transitions from exclusive online engagements back to traditions. Ensemble instruction this is particularly effective because not
Thank you
everyone
for your
has the
attentions.
technology in their hand and is familiar with how to use it. Something that has been a big impediment to in technology using in ensembles. We can use this improvement a current platform for teaching ensembles skills. Class instruction that is accompanied and supported anxiously with technology. We can teach some aspects in person while correctly teaching others using a technology platform that students use outside of class. Together we are able both to focus on speak skills development and needs of students as well as tackle multiple problems simultaneously. Ultimately, this looks a little like traditions homework. The difference here through is the intensity and emphasis with which the technology platforms are used. For some, where practice your part was the primary homework, these methods opens up an extra level and depth of instructions and students' development.
Thank you for attention.